Dear friends, can you walk on water? Of course not. That is reserved only for deities. Prophet Isaiah speaks about Yahweh, the Old Testament God, who makes a way in the sea, a path in the mighty waters. And similarly, Psalmist sings about Yahweh, for your way was through the sea, your path through the mighty waters, yet your footprints were unseen. And for those who might be a little slow in understanding, Psalmist spells it out and drops a direct hint. You led your people like a flock by the hand of Moses and Aaron. Of course, those are references of Exodus and the Israelites escaping from Egypt across the sea. Hebrew Bible, especially the poetry, seems to have a plenty of these direct and indirect hints of God, subduing, defeating, and controlling unruly waters, while liberating and protecting God's faithful people. And of course, that is the image in the New Testament when Jesus calmed the stormy sea, and even those stories when he walked on it. And these biblical passages are hinting, alluding, pointing towards even repeating the Exodus, this formative and quintessential event of the people of faith, both Jews and Christians. Then there is a problem. Actually a pile, an entire mountain of problems, big problems, because such references and allusions are not limited to the Bible. There are many which are predating not only the Hebrew Bible itself, they also predate the theoretical date of Exodus, whenever you might think of placing it. These ancient Near East examples predate anything in the Bible by hundreds or even thousands of years. In Babylonian myth, Enuma Elish, god Marduk, defeats, crushes, and tramples on the watery monster Tiamat. And there are similar allusions in myths and stories throughout the ancient Near East. Among the scholars of religion, this mytheme is called Chaoskampf, struggle, fight against the powers of chaos. And there are also many iconographic examples, cylinder seals, engravings, and other depictions from all over the ancient Near and Middle East. And these are, for instance, the feet of god Baal standing, trampling, and thus dominating waves of the sea, just like we heard in the Psalm or in Prophet Isaiah. And all of that could not be just allusions of Exodus, because that Exodus was still in far distant future. And hardly any Orthodox Jewish or Christian theologian would claim they were pagan prophecies foretelling the birth of their own faith. But strangely, in a special way, they might very much be exactly something like that. Bronze Age Babylonian and Syrian myths foreshadowing the future, or preparing a building material for the future, for the birth of biblical religion. And both the Hebrew Bible and the Christian New Testament took over those myths and used them, adopted those ancient myths to tell their own stories about their own heroes and their victories over chaos, and enacting creation of the new world, new people, and reassuring audience, listeners, and readers of the ultimate divine victory, bringing hope to the midst of chaos and uncertainty of their as well as our times. So when Jesus walks on the billows of the sea and calms the raging waves, when we hear about Moses leading people from slavery through the sea to freedom, in these dearly beloved biblical stories, we are actually touching something very precious. We share our hopes and our stories with people at least 4,000 years ago, maybe 4,500 years ago. We are connected with the dawn of the civilization, almost as far back as the written records go. These formative stories of our faith are the door to those deep archetypal fears and also shared human hopes. And that is something you might not know about the Bible. And this Sunday, you can join us. We will rejoice in the New Testament, reworking, retelling, and reshaping of this powerful ancient theme.